And now, insurance-minded speeches from Geico.
Hardship. My grandmother would go through it every month to pay her insurance bill. First, she would handwrite a paper check, in cursive. Then, using her own tongue, she would wet a stamp for an envelope. Today, however, we need not weary our hands and tongues. Today, we can pay our Geico bill with the Geico app. Away with hardship, in with bill pay on the Geico app. Thank you.
You're tuning in to the Goldilocks presentation of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show with Anthony Rodriguez. Anthony Rodriguez, aka Walking Crow, found transformational energy healing through a personal search into healing and was transformed by this experience. He made the decision to pursue training and has since become a certified energy healing practitioner with an emphasis on working with clients in recovery from addiction. His willingness to be open and listen has allowed him to be of service to many who seek a peaceful, serene, and healthier body, mind, and spirit. Call in now if you would like to speak with Anthony. The call-in number is 713-955-0332. Enjoy this transformational and healing show.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to another Tuesday edition of the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and I am your host. Welcome back. Wow, and welcome all the new listeners that are going to be tuning in today for the first time. I welcome you, and I welcome you to, to call in with any questions and call in with any healing requests that you may have. If you want a reading, I can read the subtle energy of the body, even without seeing you, just by having a conversation with you. You can do that by dialing 713-955-0332. Push 1 to let our producers know that you want to talk to me, and we can make that happen. Well, good to have everybody back. And before I get started, I'd like to take a couple of seconds or some time to ask Creator Great Spirit to fall on me, and be with me, and the power of the four directions and Mother Earth, Aho, and Great Mother, Aho, the Great Mother, Aho. And that they would clear me, that the energies that are unnecessary, that are blocked, that are dark in nature, Aho, would be clear, and that I would be a clear channel, and my voice would be a clear channel and vibration to all those that need to hear the message that I have to carry today, that you need to hear, that you want to hear, that you are looking for, if I, in fact, am the vibration you are supposed to be listening to. Aho, clear, clear, clear. Clear the microphone, clear the phones, clear the computers, clear everything across the city, across the country, across the world, Aho, and across oceans and time, Aho. Well, all right. Wow. I'm really I'm in an interesting space right now. I just finished telling my producer that I'm bubbling up. I have a lot of emotion bubbling up because I was just on a part of a panel on the Partnership with Spirit show with Ingrid Turner, and what an amazing experience that was, to be able to share the things that have happened in my life and how I came into my medicine, but also reviewing and reliving those things brings up a lot of emotion, not because I'm living in it or I haven't let go of it, but because I live in my emotion now. I no longer live in my head and my thinking of those things. I live in my body with that information, because that information is always going to be part of my memory, in my Akashic memory, and in my soul, and in everything that is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, Aho. And I get to be with those feelings, and whether they hurt, whether they're happy, whether they're angry, whether they're sad, whatever they are, I sit with the feelings, I feel the feelings, and then I move on. So, but when they come up, it's autumn, fall, it's emotion, it's water, direction of the west, Aho, direction of the woman, direction of emotion, direction of darkness, water, Aho. So, and it's the direction of letting go. So I'm able to release and have these releases, these emotional releases, and understand what exactly they are. So let's move on from that. And if you feel those things when you're going through what you're going through, reach out to somebody and call into this show, call into other shows and talk to people about what those things are and how you can get help and how you can walk through those things without feeling like you're all alone and that sort of thing. I hope. Once again, 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. My name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and I am your host, I hope. So today we're going to be talking about healing and manifesting abundance through autumn and the energies of the new moon. And, the new moon was last Thursday, and we're a week out and a week in, if you will, and things are happening and things are shaking. And for me, the importance of the energies of the new moon, when I talk about those things, especially at this time of year, because we've come into the energy of the autumn, of fall, of the time of letting go, direction of the west, direction of the woman, direction of grandmother moon, 28-day cycle. Women and the divine feminine energy is symbolic of letting go. When will you become willing to let go and stop having that kung fu grip on the things that no longer serve you? I hope to make room, and here's the rub and here's the medicine, to make room for the abundance of your harvest, which you planted in springtime, I hope, back in April and March and May, and you watered with first medicine water all through the summertime and under sun and wind and light and water and soil, our whole earth, those things have grown and your abundance has come to fruition here in the autumn time. Are you ready for your harvest? Have you been ready, and are you ready to let go? Let go of the bondage that you've held yourself in, so you can allow new things to come in. I hope. Are you ready? Can you? Will you? Do you? I hope. I love this time of year. I refer to this year as especially in the afternoon, the late afternoon, excuse me, I refer to the light, the energy as the amber hue of the long shadows, and when I'm, the amber hue, that golden light that falls on everything about 3 or 4 o'clock, and then those shadows get longer, in the fall and at this time of year, and everything changes, and the mountains are bluer and they're purple and they're different colors, and they're turning amber, and they're shifting, and they're doing all these things in front of our eyes, and those energies surround us, and wow, the ancestors speak to us from those places in the mountains, from the earth. Aho, wisdom, aho, speaks to me, aho. And I would ask you, what speaks to you? And are you spoken to by things that you don't understand? Aho. So, and when you are spoken to by things you don't understand, what do you do? Do you question them? Or do you try to let go of your old understanding and the knowledge that you thought was your knowledge of your old you? And do you try to understand and come into your being of what it is that's being said? Are you confused? Aho. Are you awakened? Aho. Have you come to? Aho. Are you conscious? Have you come into your consciousness? Aho. And coming into your consciousness and talking about this, because we were just talking about this with Ingrid Turner on her show, Living in Partnership with Spirit. You're coming into your consciousness, coming into your knowing, coming into the awakening of who and what you are and who and what you have always been is not an easy thing. Letting go and be walking through the hurts and pains and shames and wounds and traumas of a lifetime, this lifetime, and possibly past lifetime, is not an easy thing to do. And sometimes we do it alone, and sometimes we do it with a pack. Wolf medicine, aho. Wolf medicine is solitary. I carry wolf medicine. Wolf also needs the pack. So, I live in duality. I do live in the duality of solitary. I live in the duality of the pack as well. Aho. I can't be alone for too long. I need to go home. And sometimes coming home is, moving home, So, what are you looking to do? What are you looking to move into? And are you feeling the hurts and the wounds and the shames of the letting go? I'll ask you, and I'll ask you again, are you? Because it's time. It's always time, I believe. It's always time for letting go. There was I held on for a lifetime, and I realized that I no longer need to chase the dangling carrot of spoken, unspoken expectations of others. Trying to live up to what their idea of living is for me, when they can't even live up to the idea of what living is for them. There's an interesting and strange concept, and what a strange bedfellow that is, huh? Yeah, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? And maybe you don't have to do anything, Maybe you don't have to do anything. But I'm here to tell you that if you want something, and you want to make changes in your life, you have to make changes in your life. I carried almost 80 pounds for a lifetime of bondage, baggage, wounds, and shame and hurt. And to come into my medicine, to come into the who and what I am, to come into the yes, the saying yes of who and what I am, of what Creator has always known me to be, of what the Four Directions has always known me to be, of what Mother Earth has always known me to be, I had to say yes. I had to say okay. I had to make changes in my life and let go of the old me that I thought was me, that wasn't me. It was the domesticated me that I am no longer willing to be. No longer willing to be. Not for you, not for anybody. I'm not trying to be mean and nasty, but there are people in our lives, like our parents and all those people, who they want us to behave a certain way because, they think we should. They think we're malcontents. They think we're this. They think we're that. They think we're the other thing. Well, hello, you raised us. We didn't raise ourselves, But that's a long time ago, and that's no longer here nor there. And so, time of autumn, time of fall. We're coming up on Halloween. We're coming up on Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead. We're coming up on All Saints Day, All Souls Day. We're coming up on Thanksgiving. We're coming up on all these things that are symbolic in our lives, and things that we celebrate, and some things we don't want to celebrate. There are people who don't want to celebrate Thanksgiving because it's a lonely time for them. They don't have any connection. They feel like they don't have family. They feel like they're not worthy or something. And I will say to you, whether you're alone or you're with family, you are worthy. We are all worthy. Let go of the loneliness. Let go of not feeling like we are enough. You are enough. I am enough. You are enough. Not because I say so, because you want to be. You are enough because you say you're enough, and that's the only reason you need. If you even need a reason to be that. I'm reminded, and I'm going to remind myself, that I want to thank my lovely producer, Reverend Tiffany White, Sage Woman, for holding space for all the healers and the readers and the storytellers on Goldilocks Productions. And I also want to congratulate Goldilocks Productions and Reverend Tiffany White, Sage Woman, on a beautiful 2-year anniversary that we've been celebrating for probably about a month now. I've been with Goldilocks Productions for just over a year, and I've been loving every moment, every single second of my experience with Goldilocks Productions, because I'm able to do something that, for a lifetime, I wasn't able to do. I was always told to be quiet, and I don't have to be quiet. It's because those folks told me to be quiet. That is the reason that I do what I do right here, right now. So, 713-955. Why I just went blank. I just went blank on the phone number for here. 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. Please give us a call and let us know where you are at and how we can help you, how I can help you, how Creator Great Spirit can help you, how the ancestors, all my relations can help. You know, there's some medicine that I've been coming into. I've been traveling. I was in Maui in July, and I was in Sedona in early October. And I was up in Santa Ynez a few weeks back, and something's been coming up and something's been happening with me. And I keep coming into owl medicine. I keep coming across owl medicine. I came across it, barn owl in Maui. And I came across great horned owl on the way from the Sedona to Grand Canyon, and on my way home back to Los Angeles. And then when I was at Pow-wow for the my Shumash brothers and sisters in Santa Ynez, California, I came across a great horned owl again, and the medicine has been speaking to me. And I know that I carry owl medicine, but it's never been clearer to me than it is right now. In fact, I have a couple of owl feathers sitting in front of me. It's a really tiny one. It's about maybe an inch in length, and you know, I understand that I can be arrested for having an owl feather, but it's really tiny thing. Really, I swear, it came out of my pillow. And, you know, that medicine is so important. That medicine, you know, sometimes we're quiet in the background. Sometimes we fly quietly. And sometimes we see you, you know, when you are trying to fool us, when you are the fooler and you're trying to lie and you're trying to hide behind your words, we see you. Those of us with owl medicine, we see who and what you are. We see you in the darkness. We see you in your darkness, and we know. So this medicine has been coming to me very strongly, and I'm speaking to it and to my understanding. And there are those who find me on social media who know, they see me and they know, and you know, we have conversations. And not that I'm not crow medicine. I don't carry crow medicine. I carry crow medicine. I'm walking crow. But, you know, many times we carry many medicines, and my producer, Tiffany, White Sage Woman, can attest to that. We carry many medicines. I carry hummingbird. I carry butterfly. I carry panther. I carry cougar. You know, I carry snake. And I carry bear, grizzly bear. And I just do, and that's just the way it is. And I have the understanding of what my medicines are, and I live with those, and I say, okay, I say yes. And when will you say yes? Or are you busy in the business of questioning what it is you're trying to figure out? And there's no need to try to figure anything out. There's just need to say, yes, I will. Yes, I do. Yes, I can. Yes, I should. Because there's a lot of lost time and lost space in the questioning of what it is and stepping into our medicines that we want to step into. You know, there's a lot of lost time. So, and I will ask you, what are you willing to let go of? Have you let go? Are you willing to let go of the childhood stories? Are you willing to let go of the stories from your teens, from your mid-20s, from your 30s, however old you are, and whatever stories you carry? You know, are you willing to let go of your story, of your spinning of the story of your broken relationship with a parent or both parents, or brothers and sisters, or wives, or spouses, or husbands, or lovers? And are you willing to let go of that, or are you willing to hold on and try to figure it out and live in the spinning of the broken picker and choosing wrong type relationships that aren't for you any longer, and you don't understand why. I had to let go. I had to say yes to the understanding and the not understanding of the things that I had to let go with regard to a marriage that was I wanted it to be a beautiful marriage, and Creator Great Spirit had other ideas, and I think that the lovely Vanessa came into my life to help me transform, transition, and transcend. Did that feel good? Does that feel good for either of us when we're going through it? No, it doesn't. Is it pretty? No, it isn't. You know, sometimes we get angry. Sometimes we get sour. Sometimes we use words that aren't kind. And I'm talking truth, palabra, word, truth, word. Those of you out there that avoid the truth of what's going on in your relationship, I can't, I won't, and I shouldn't. I hope. There are those who will say to me, don't talk about that, and I have to, because it's my truth. It's how I got from point A to point B. Aho. I am well rooted and I am well fruited, and the birds of the air rest and nest in my branches and eat of my fruit. And what is my fruit? I say this on every show. My fruit is the experience of how I got from point A to point B, and the experience that you have when you say, me too. That happened to me too. And I say to you too, me too. And we begin a dialogue of transition, of transformation, of transmutation, and transcendence. Aho. Aho. We begin that dialogue, and we start to change, and we start to understand, and we start to let go of what we thought was, and we find out that what we thought wasn't. Truth be told. Aho. It's okay to talk about it. It's okay to feel about it. It's okay even to spin about it. But come into the understanding of your spinning of the story, so you can come into the feeling of the story instead of the spinning of the story. Because after a while, spinning it is just spinning, and nothing gets accomplished in the spinning of the story other than aggravating other people, aggravating yourself, and maybe creating a little cancer or alcoholism or drug addiction or smoking or eating or hoarding or whatever it is. Or whatever it is that you numb yourself with. And coming into your consciousness, coming into your awakening, is there's nothing numbing about that, and there's nothing that can numb you once you come into it. Aho, it's going to be about feeling, it's going to be about healing, it's going to be about transitioning from gu to ru, darkness to light, from hurt to pain, and pain to calm, in a way of loving yourself that you never loved yourself before. Aho. But it's really about letting go and coming into the abundance. Really about letting go and coming into your abundance of what is right here, right now. Coming into the truth. I wasn't sure. It's funny. I missed you guys last week, by the way, so I'm going to say that. And God bless Tiffany White Sage Woman and her situation. She needed to be elsewhere, so we didn't have the show last week, and that's okay. I needed a day off, and I took it. And I'll say yes to that every day, all day. So, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to talk about on this show, but I felt that it was really important, and it's always really important to talk about this subject, healing and manifesting abundance, because a lot of us look around and we don't see abundance. We don't see anything. We only see the things that we're not receiving. We only see the things that are happening to us. We only see the things that others did to us. We only hear the things that somebody said, and we gossip and we regurgitate those things out to other people. And, and we poison the waters of others when we shouldn't be poisoning waters at all. We should be drinking water when we're hurt, when we're wounded, when we're tired, when we're angry, and when we're hot. Take in water, take in first medicine. Don't spew poison all over people. Take in medicine. Find somebody that vibrates in a way that you understand and that you want to hear and you relate to. Aho. Aho. How do you want to relate, and do you relate? Because you can't relate unless you're willing to let go of the bondage, of the wounds and the hurts and the shames. You can't relate until you do that. Because then you become willing to be open to a new way of being, open to a new way of living, open to a new way of speaking, open to a new way of resting, open to a new way of loving self, giving to self, sharing yourself, not only with self, but with those around you. Aho, those around you. you know, right now I'm in a growth period, you know, and oh, and by the way, you might want to check out my calendar on Facebook and on my webpage. My webpage is actually sacreddrum24.weebly.com. And on November 18th and 19th, I'm going to be hosting a drum making workshop. We'll be making 10-inch shamanic drums, maybe even 12-inch, I'm not sure. And these are going to all be elk skin. We're going to keep it specific. We're going to keep it to one skin, so we're not all over the place trying to do a lot of different things, because elk is a sturdier skin, it's a hardier skin, and it doesn't get as soft as a deer skin would. Sometimes deer can be temperamental, and you have to like keep putting it in the sun so it can, you know, tighten up, and because then it gets soft, and you'll be getting frustrated. So I'm going to be holding this event November 18th and 19th in Valley Glen, California, which is in the San Fernando Valley. And it's going to be a 2-day event. The first day is going to be on Saturday, the 18th at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, where we're going to come together and hold ceremony, and we're going to offer tobacco, and we're going to offer sage, and everybody's going to be smudged, and we're going to pray, and we're going to meditate, and then we're going to prepare our skins for soaking, and we're going to take our drum frames, and everybody's going to be with their drum frame, and they're going to hold their drum frame, and they're going to be in tension of what they want to use this drum for. Because I'm of the opinion that not everybody deserves or needs a drum, a whole, until they come into the magic and the medicine of who and what they are. But saying that, we will be setting intentions for that drum, and you'll be able to hold that frame and even stain the frame and give it protection for time and from water. And what you can do is you'll be able to write your intentions on the frame as well, under the skin or on the inside of the frame, where you can see your intentions covered by maybe a stain of some sort. And then we'll be putting those skins to soak overnight. And then we'll be gathering on Sunday, the 19th at 10 a.m. And we'll be assembling those drums. We're going to have a little ceremony, and we'll offer tobacco to the 4 directions and Mother Earth and Grandfather Sun and all those things, I hope. And then we'll come into the space, and we will be putting together those drums and stretching the skins and attaching them and tying them to the drum frame, and having that drum come into manifestation, come into the magic of what it is. Aho, aho. This workshop is $150, and everybody will walk away with a drum, and everybody will have a drum that will be made by your own hand, by your own magic, by your own manifestation. Aho, the direction of the east energy, Grandfather Sun, manifestation. Aho, alchemy. Grandmother tree, grandfather tree, grandmother tree, becomes frame, and elk becomes skin for drum. Aho, it's earth medicine. Aho. And you come into the rhythm and the magic of your heartbeat, and the heartbeat of Mother Earth, Gaia, Pachamama. Aho, Madre Tierra. Aho. And you learn to hold that energy and hold that rhythm with your hands, through your 5th chakra, through your vibration. Oh. It's $150, and it's over a 2-day period. It's a 4-hour workshop, and like I said, everybody will receive a drum. There will be a lot of ceremony, because I make when I do things like this, whether it's harvesting sage or making drums or holding an event, I do everything in ceremony, and there's ceremony behind everything, and I invite the ancestors in to be with us and hold space for us as we are doing what we are doing. So if you want any more information on that, you can go to Anthony at sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can go to my website and at sacreddrum24.weebly.com. The event is posted there, and you can go on and click on and register and pay for that event. There's no payments on the date of the event. Everything is pre-registered, because I have to buy all the materials a week before. So we're going to do it that way. Or you can go on to Eventbrite and find that. Or you can go on to Facebook on sacreddrummedicine.com or sacreddrummedicineshow.com, or my personal page, Anthony Rodriguez Walking Crow, and you can click on that event, and you can register and pay for it there. Aho. All right. So, and that's November 18th and 19th. that was a lot of time to talk about that. So back to what we were talking about, back to releasing, back to being in the medicine of autumn and fall and manifesting. How do you manifest? And are you manifesting in the way that you'd like to? Or are you frustrated that things are not happening for you? Are you frustrated that things are not happening for you and you don't know what to do? Do you have somebody that you can call, that you can be with and say, I need your help. Can you help me? Because I don't understand what's happening in my life. And I want to understand what's happening in my life. Do you want to understand what's happening in your life? I hope. And sometimes we don't need to have an understanding. We just need to say yes and say, oh, this is what's happening. Okay, I'm right here right now. And it's not always so comfortable, So in fact, in saying that, let's do a little grounding. I would like everybody to put your feet on the floor. I hope. If you're sitting down or if you're standing up, your feet are already on the floor if you're standing up, I hope. And unless you're living in your head. So notice your feet and put your feet flat on the floor if you're sitting. Put your hands on your knees if you're sitting. And if you're standing, just let your hands hang, your arms hang at your side. And I want you to take a breath. And I want you to take that breath through your lung space, through your heart space, down into your third chakra, past your fire, your fuego, down into your water. A whole. Allow it to sink down into your feet. A whole breath. Grounding, ground, earth, a whole. Foundation, root, a whole. Be present. Be present. Be right here, right now. There's a lot of people who live in their heads and they're not present. They're not right here. They're not right now. A whole. They live in anxiety. Anxiety is not being present. Anxiety is not being in your feet. Anxiety is not being in the perineum when you are grounded. And grounded, I hope, it means you are someplace else. You were at lunch. You were in the last 5 minutes. You're in tomorrow. You're into next week on another continent. I hope. I hope. 713-955-0332 is a call-in number. Call us. Let us know. And I ask you, as I'm saying it, to take another breath. Now take it into your fire, your fuego. I can, I will, I do, because fire needs oxygen. Fire needs oxygen to breathe. Fire needs oxygen to burn. Fire needs oxygen to grow. And give yourself the oxygen that you need for your esteem, because your esteem lives in your third chakra. I can, I will, I do, I am. Aho, fire, fuego. I can, I will, I do, I am. And what does it feel like when that breath enters your body? And where do you feel it? How does it land? Aho. Are you in the noticing of seeing the fire behind your eyelids if your eyes are closed? I see nothing but fire, big fire. Aho. And it's being stoked by oxygen, by the breath of my lungs. The breath that comes in from the outer world into my lungs. Aho. And I exhale. I breathe in good, and I exhale love. I breathe in good, and I exhale love. I breathe in good, and I exhale love. Oh. Oh. To allow yourself to burn in the fire and the fuego of who and what you are, you have to let go of the opinions and thoughts and words of others. That's the manifestation. That's the abundance that I'm talking about of autumn, fall, a whole. Their words don't matter. They speak of you and they say things about you because they can't speak of themselves and to a higher self that they are and they should be, and they want a higher self that they will never know or haven't known and should know and may know. Aho. Oshino ta, oshino wayana, oshino, oshino, oshino. Do you feel that you are in transition? And if you are, what is blocking you from your complete transition? What is keeping you from transitioning to a place that you want to go? And is it problematic for you? I hope. Or do you feel like you're stuck? Are you tired of being stuck? Are you tired of living in the past? of an uncomfortable life, of an uncomfortable story, an uncomfortable life and an uncomfortable story that was never yours to begin with. Are you willing to let go of that? Are you ready to let go of that? And when you're letting go, are you ready to step into your abundance and who and what you have always been and who and what you are right here, right now? Aho. Are you? Can you? Will you let go? I didn't know that letting go was going to serve me the way it does. You know, I often argued with God and kind of like, well, I don't know about, I forget what I was going to say. I was going to make a reference to the Bible and those that argue with God or whatever, question him. But I am not them and they are not me. And I used to argue and pound on the steering wheel and ask God, why me? You know, why am I broke? Why is my relationship broken? Why is it that I don't have a home? Why is it that I don't have this, that, or the other thing? And what I didn't understand when I was asking Creator, Great Spirit, why me? And here's the rub. Why not me? Why not me? And why not you? And I had a friend named Greg years ago. He was a friend of mine from sobriety, and his father passed away. And I remember him saying, you know, why God, why me? Out loud said, why not you? My father passed, so-and-so's father passed, everybody's father passed. Why are you all of a sudden so special? Why am I standing in my arrogance and my crossing my arms and sticking out my lower lip and questioning what is when I should be saying, oh, yeah, sometimes people just pass. Sometimes people go. I have no control over the life of others, and apparently my life. Oh. 713-955-0332 is a calling number. Push 1 to get out of listen mode and ask a question, get a healing, get a reading. Oh. And I would ask you, if you want to contact me for any sort of help, you can reach me at Anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can call my office at area code 818-442-1717, or you can go to my website at sacreddrum24.weebly.com. So there's a lot of things that I have been doing, and I have the drum making workshop coming up in November, and I also have scheduled 6 months of new moon manifestation, new moon ceremony coming up at the Church of Truth in Pasadena, starting on November 19th as well. Wow, that's going to be a busy month, that Thanksgiving week. Now, of course, it's a time of abundance. Why wouldn't it be busy? Oh, I'm already in my acceptance of that. See how it works? It's that simple. You know, of Thanksgiving week, of time of gratitude. Are you in gratitude? Do you live in gratitude? Are you a grumbler? Are you always complaining about what it is you don't have, what it is you never had, what it is you think you should have, and why do you think you should have anything? You know, I've had to let go of a lot, and I let go of my corporate life, the life of the guy who was with a background in sales and warehousing and purchasing, procurement. I had to let go of that life and that guy, you know, and over the last couple of years, working as a healer, working as a medicine man, you know, I've had to do other things, and here's where truth comes in, other things that don't have anything to do with the healing, but have everything to do with the healing. And I was driving Lyft. I was a Lyft driver, and that's a ride-share service that's kind of like an Uber, but not an Uber. Better politics, if you will. But and I was doing that, and for some reason, I know why I stopped doing it. I don't do that anymore. And I was doing a lot of house sitting for people who were in the movie industry, who need their pets taken care of, and I was living at their places. I was house sitting, and they were paying me to be there. And I was also having my clients come there and, you know, holding events there because I was able to do that. And I no longer do that. And people who are friends of mine who know me say, you know, how come you don't do that anymore? And I said, this is what I say. And this is the acceptance and the stepping out of and the letting go of, you know, letting go of what things are or what they seem and stepping into my abundance. And what I tell them is, if I am a medicine man and an energy healer, I need to be working in my medicine. If I am driving Lyft, I'm not working in my medicine, although my teacher, Emma Molina Nika, says, Anthony, you don't lift, you uplift. I hope, which is a beautiful statement. But it's still not working in my element and fully, and so I let that go. And it's great money. And then I let go of the house sitting. In fact, I'm doing a friend of mine a favor this week, just this week, and because she just moved into a new place, and she asked me if I would, and I said yes. And it's not going to last any longer than the 4 or 5 days that I'm there. But I let go of the house sitting that I was doing for about 3 or 4 years, you know, because I was doing that for 2 or 3 months at a time. And so I let go of that. And I'm willing to let go of that because I'm sure and I know of my abundance is here. My abundance is all around me. I just have to be in the understanding and the knowing that I am being taken care of regardless of what things look like, regardless of if it gets darkest before the dawn, regardless. And I am in my medicine and in my teaching and in what I'm supposed to be doing right here, right now, I hope. And I can't receive if my coffers are full of junk and full of things that I don't need, papers and empty bottles and cans, you know, and I move all those things out and make room for the abundance that's waiting for me to move that stuff out. And your abundance is waiting for you. As long as you are not willing to clear out the junk in your trunk, if you will, you know, the empty bottles and the papers and those of you who eat McDonald's and all those other fast food places, you know, if that stuff, that trash is in your back seat, there's no room. So you have to clean all that out so you can have new stuff come in, good stuff come in, stuff that you want for your life, stuff that you have always wanted for your life, and stuff that you have always deserved. Make the space and allow those things to come in. Do you want a relationship? Do you want a relationship? If you want a relationship that's good and healthy and you're sleeping around, you don't have room for a good and healthy relationship to come in because you're doing other things. If you want a job, if you want to step into a new type of work, send the resumes out and do everything possible to do that, but surrender to it once you let it go. I hope. I know somebody who I sometimes counsel, and they would say, you know, I applied for this job, and they didn't even call me. I said, they don't have to call you. This is an at-will state. California is an at-will state. They don't have to tell you anything. Even when they fire you, they let you go. They don't have to tell you why they're firing you. They just say thank you. That's all they have to say. They don't have to say thank you. They just don't hit yourself in the ass with the door on your way out. You know, and everybody there's people in this world that want an answer. You don't deserve an answer. You don't have to have an answer. Just say thank you for the opportunity of applying for the job or for showing up for whatever it was, and then move on to the next thing. Because it's in the looking forward, not looking over the shoulder, where the abundance comes. I hope. Where the consistency lies. It's in front of you, not behind you. I hope. Don't worry about what happened behind you, what you left behind. Let it go. Step into what is. Step into what can be. I hope. Step into the abundance of your fire, your fuego. I can, I will, I do. I hope. Step into the time of the harvest that you planted the seeds for in March, in April, and May, that you watered all through the summer, and you toiled and you sweat, and you watered, and come into the harvest of what is yours. Oh, come into that harvest. You know, I was sitting on Saturday night, and some of you saw the pictures on my Facebook page, with my friend Vivian. She owns a place called Buffalo Bruce's Mercantile. Of course, Buffalo, direction of the north, direction of Mother Earth, direction of wisdom, direction of winter, direction of rest. Buffalo, like Buffalo. Oh, And she's selling pumpkins in preparation for, moving into selling Christmas trees for Christmas time. And I was sitting out there and just hanging out because I really didn't want to be anywhere else, so I was just spending time. And so I saw some cat walk away with 2 huge pumpkins. And I walked into her, I said, in her shop, I said, hey, did that guy pay for those pumpkins? And she said, what guy? And we went following him, and he was stealing pumpkins, and he was loading them into a van while another guy was waiting, and I stood in front of the van, and she pulled her pumpkins out. And while she was scolding him, I was standing there taking pictures of the van and him. and she said, how can you steal from the mama, a hard-working mama? And I heard that. She's a hard-working mama. She's been in that location for 20 years. I've known her for I've known her forever. I've known her for 30-plus years. That's a friendship that I manifested because I said yes. And I manifested that friendship, and I was able to sit there on Saturday and be with her and have that experience and take pictures with her with pumpkins, because I say yes to what I want in my life, and I say no to things that aren't good for me, that I don't need to have in my life. I have fixed my picker. My picker has been repaired, and do you know what that means? If you keep choosing relationships that aren't good for you, and there's a lot of drama and there's a lot of nonsense involved, it's because you have a broken picker. Fix your picker and choose and give yourself things that are good for you, things that you want, things that you feel you want to have in your life. And there's only one way to do that, and that's to change you. To change you. Earlier in the show, I talked about the weight, being, almost 80 pounds heavier. And people always ask me, and here's a thing too. How did you do that? What kind of diet were you on? And that's the first thing I think about, because that's the mentality. That's the domestication diet, And I'm the first person who says, America is always on a diet, and they're always 5 pounds heavier than they started out to be when they started a diet. Because they don't know how to let go. They don't know how to make changes. They're busy trying to control their weight when they can't even control their eating, when they can't control their stuffing of the feelings. I see people keep talking about letting go of their weight, but every 2 days their eating is such that they say to me, well, I don't always eat like this. And I have to say to them, yes, you do. I see you. You're always eating like that. You're kidding yourself when you say you don't. If you're taking salad for lunch and you're eating salad and things like that at your lunch, and then you go home and you eat pizza, who are you lying to? Are you eating fried foods? Or let go of the letting go of the holding on and manifest something that you really want. If you got to change your life, change your life. Give yourself, your internal self, change. Give it things that are good. Things that are good and that you should. And I guarantee you, your body, your soul, and your mind will start to let go and release and step into a place for you that you haven't been before. Stop kidding yourself that you're doing something when you're doing nothing. And by the way, doing nothing is doing something, but it's not the something that you want to be doing. Let go of the coyote medicine, the self-sabotage, the trickster. Stop avoiding the mirror. Look in the mirror and see yourself. Look deep into the eyes of that person that's standing there. And not into the eyes of the person you want to be standing there over your shoulders behind you. Look into your eyes and ask yourself, what do I want really? How can I make the changes that I want to make? What do I have to let go of? Do I have to let go of? Maybe you don't know that you're supposed to let go or you should let go of something. Maybe you should counsel somebody other than those 500 friends, the same old tired friends that you keep asking for advice, or you put a message on Facebook and you ask the dumb question where you get, 600 dumb answers to, and maybe it's time to ask somebody with wisdom, somebody who has experience in being consistent about the consistency of their life. Aho. Teachers. I have teachers. I have teachers that I go to. I have teachers that I sit with. I have teachers that I counsel with. And what is it that I want from myself? What is it that I want to give to myself? Really, if I'm going to give myself something, and if I want to make changes, I'm going to hold myself accountable, and I'm going to ask others to hold me accountable too. I'm not being held accountable if I'm lying to myself and lying to others about what I'm doing really, what I'm doing in the background. Aho. When people see me, and I'm still working in that store part-time at I can't say the name, but I'm, in the vitamin department, and they're having an vitamin extravaganza right now where everything's 25% off, but I can't mention where it is because I'm not going to tell you. Because if they don't pay me to advertise for them, they barely pay me at all. And people always ask me, Anthony, how did you do it? And I tell them I said yes. I changed my soul. I gave my soul what it wanted. I gave my soul what it needed. I gave my soul what it was asking for. And what my outsides reflect, my external body reflects, is what my soul looks like on the inside. Aho. I'm 160 pounds. I'm not 238. I'm 160 pounds, and I reflect what my soul is feeling. Aho. In fact, I was doing some drumming this morning on the mountain, and I was videotaping it, and I saw my arms. My arms were veiny, and they were muscular, and as I was drumming, and I thought, wow, there's guys who work out that don't have these arms. And I feel bad for them, because they're at the gym every day, and they still don't look like they, what they're trying to accomplish, but they will if they're consistent and they're telling themselves the truth about what it is they want for themselves. I speak to my health. I know that I'm doing things in a healthier way with regard to my spirit, with regard to my soul, aho, with regard to the food that I put in my body, the things that I speak to my soul, the things that come out of my body, the words that come out of my body, palabra, word, aho. Do I walk the way I talk? Do you walk the way you talk? And do you want to? Should you? Aho. Should you? Should you walk the way you talk? What are you willing to let go? How do you want to change? I shared this story on social media the other day. I have a friend. She's not a friend. She's an acquaintance. We've known each other quite a few years. And she's been living with cancer. She has cancer. In fact, I believe she's cancer-free right now. And she wasn't sure a year and a half ago that she was actually going to live. And she was complaining about somebody who did something which wasn't so kind, but I could hear the anger in her. I could see the anger in her words. And I was like, wow, there's that cancer. When are we going to learn that we can't carry that? If we've been sick and we're healing, why would we carry the same poison around with us that made us sick to begin with? And this is my belief. I can't carry around anger. I can't carry around the hurt. I can't carry around the shame, because it's going to manifest and it's going to bubble up into something else. It's going to manifest into a cancer. It's going to manifest into a problem with a prostate. It's going to manifest into a lower intestinal issue. It's going to manifest into ulcers in the stomach, and it's going to manifest in liver issues or breathing issues, lung issues, heart, lungs, aho. And I don't need to manifest anything. I don't need to want to be sick. I don't want to manifest cancer. I don't want to manifest a prostate problem. Women do not want to manifest yeast infections or urinary tract infections. What is it that we give ourselves? What is it you're going to give yourself? Aho. Because the things, the illnesses and the sicknesses we manifest reflect our soul and where we're at in our soul. No matter how much we kid ourselves or we think we're kidding other people, it shows up in our body. It shows up in obesity. It shows up in smoking. It shows up in smoking pot. It shows up in alcoholism. Aho. It shows up in hoarding. It shows up in buying, spending money needlessly. Aho. It shows up in lying and untruths. Aho. It shows up in so many different ways. And we think we're hiding from people. And frankly, we're not hiding anything. And I will ask you one more time, what is it that you want to let go of? Aho. I would like to help you. Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, right here, right now. 713-955-0332. You can reach out to me at anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com, or you can go to my website at sacreddrum24.weebly.com and see what it is exactly that I do and how I can help you. Aho. Last night I spoke to a young mother who was telling me that her son suffers from anxiety, and she was wanting to purchase something for it to calm him down, ashwagandha or something, a kava or something to calm somebody down. And I asked what her relationship was with her partner, and she said they had been divorced for 10 years, and he's 21. I said, wow. This young man was 11 years old and right in the prime of his puberty when his parents split up. There's no wonder this young man has anxiety issues. He doesn't have a safe place. He doesn't have a solid foundation. I hope he's not connected to his father, to his mother, to the unit, to the parental unit. I hope he hides out in his room and he spends his time spinning and spinning and spinning in computer games. On the internet, computer games, right in the third eye. Bam! He's up in the goo when he should be in the room. And as I spoke to his mother, and she was with a friend from Mexico. In fact, her name was Christine, and her friend's name was Blanca. And I said to Christine, we spoke, she started to cry because I was starting to read her, and with her permission, of course. And she started to cry, and I looked at her. I said, "Do not stop crying. Do not block yourself or stop yourself. If you're going to let go, let go. Because it's because you haven't let go of the story that all your children are sick with the same story. And they hold the same energy in the same place, in the same way. And they're going to perpetuate that same kind of story in their kids and with their families and as they move forward. Break the cycle. Stop the same old. Give yourself the abundance of the harvest and let go and make room for that is yours, that you want to have. Shed the tears. Let go of the hurt. Let go of the wound. Let go. Let good. Let go. Let God. And step into your abundance and the nourishment of your soul and your body and your heart and your mind and your fire and your fuego and your connection and your root and your foundation, and your God and your knowing. Step in. Step in. Because as we nourish ourselves and we take in our abundance and our harvest in the fall, remember that we're preparing to go into winter in the solstice. We're preparing to go into winter, time of rest, time of earth, time of hibernation. Rest. The ancestors' wisdom. I want to remind you that my name is Anthony Rodriguez, Walking Crow, and you're listening to the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. And if you feel like you want to reach out and you want more help, you can reach me at area code 818-442-1717 at my office, or you can send me an email at anthony@sacreddrummedicine.com. How do you want to change your life? How do you want to shift? What do you want to give yourself? I want to thank once again my producer, Tiffany White, Sage Woman, for holding space for all of us here at Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine, and those all across the board at the Goldilocks Productions. I want to offer my prayers to Tiffany and her family. I want to offer my prayers and my good thoughts to all the hosts of the shows on Goldilocks Productions. And I want to offer my prayers and my good thoughts to you all. And I look forward to talking to you next Tuesday on the Transformational Sacred Drum Medicine Show. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You're listening to Love Advice with Leanne. Caller, you're on the air.
Hi, Leanne. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Why, in your professional opinion, do you never take my calls off the air?
Is this Carl?
Yep, it's Carl. I mean, we had a few dates. Everything was great. I thought,
Well, you know, when you switch to Geico, you could save a lot of money on car insurance.
Okay, awesome.
You should call them.
I will.
Geico, because saving 15% or more on car insurance is always a great answer.